and be successful. My objective was that personal income would grow at a faster rate than government income. Now, I know that sounds like a radical idea when you compare that to Washington, D.C., but over 8 years, because we cut taxes, because we reduced the cost of operating businesses, we've not only led the nation in job growth with 1.3 million jobs, more than Texas. If Rick Perry wanders around here, make sure you remind him of that. Or if you ever see my brother, go ahead and tell him that too. Doesn't bother me a bit. 1.3 million jobs don't get created by just kind of osmosis. They get created because you build a better business climate. We led the nation in small business growth. And personal income grew at 4.4% during my 8 years. The government's expenditures, state government expenditures, grew by 2.2%. Don't you want something like that in Washington, D.C., where our income grows? The middle class has not had a rise in their disposable income in 15 years. It's either flattened or in decline. In fact, this is the first recovery where median income is lower today than it was at the start of the recovery. Obama economics has been a disaster for the great middle. It's been fantastic for people that have already made money. It has been horrible for people living in poverty, and it has been disastrous for people in the middle. I know that we can fix this because I did so in Florida. Disposable income in Florida for Florida families grew by $1,000. That may not sound like, but every year you get $1,000 more. You can pick whether you want to go and take a vacation. And if you do, I suggest you come to Florida. Or you can save for a rainy day. Or you might invest in your dreams. Or you can maybe make sure that your child goes to a quality university. All those things should be the decisions of Americans. Today, increasingly, the choices for Americans are narrowing because we're not growing our economy and we're not creating rising median income. And so more and more people are falling prey to the false choice of more government to be able to take care of them rather than more opportunity so that they can decide what they want to do. I want a United States that will grow and prosper just like Florida did. I want it, and I believe we can do it. I believe we can grow our economy at 4% per year. But we're going to have to fix some enormously difficult things. It is going to require leadership. I took on the teachers union in Florida and we won. I took on the bureaucrats and we won. I took on the trial bar, the plaintiff's bar that makes it harder for investment to take place, and we won. I don't have to talk about it. I haven't filed an amendment in some bill and call that success. I haven't sponsored a bill like Hillary Clinton. I mean, this is a classic. 8 years as a United States Senator. 3 bills that she sponsored became law. One was renaming a highway for Tim Russert, who I love. He's a great guy on Meet the Press, but come on. A monument and a post office, I believe. No, I think we need to elect someone who's actually done it, that knows how to lead, that knows how to bring people together, that knows how to have an agenda and act on it.
That's what I thought.
But here I'll tell you.
What is your stand?
I'll tell you my story. My story as governor was that, I got an A+ rating in the NRA every year. We have the highest number of people with a concealed weapons permit. We have 1,200,000 people, I think. We have more than Texas, we're a freedom-loving state. And we protected the Second Amendment, but we also reduced violent crime by a dramatic amount because we had a law called 1020 life, which meant that, and I ran on it as a candidate, that if you used a gun in the commission of a crime, it was a 10-year sentence. If you brandished the gun, it was 25 years. If you used the gun and hit somebody, it was life. And we did advertising, Spanish, Creole, and English, to make sure that people knew if they're going to commit gun crimes, that they were going to pay a heavy price. And we had dramatic reductions in gun violence. Now, you can argue that there was some external force that made that possible, but tell your daughter that if you want to have reduction in violence, as I do, it's heartbreaking to see people's lives shattered by this violence, then you have to have a clear, consistent message that if you use guns in the commission of crime, there's going to be a price. And that's what we did in Florida. And look, We have background checks in Florida. If you want a concealed weapons permit, you got to take a course. There's safety. People that have concealed weapons don't commit crimes. I mean, these are law-abiding citizens. And so I think separating the people that commit crimes for violent purposes from the law-abiding citizens that do respect the Second Amendment is part of this. I'd also say going forward, these cases, the racist in Charleston, or these cases of people who are just mentally deranged, we as a society better figure out how we identify these folks long before they feel compelled to take up a gun and kill innocent people. And that, I think, is a place where maybe we could find common ground. There ought to be much more focus on mental health issues in this country. There ought to be more... Since we're on video here for your precious daughter, let me just look her right in the camera and say all of these tragic incidences that have taken place in the last couple of years that are heartbreaking. I mean, they really are. Not a single one of them would have been stopped with any of the ideas proposed by Barack Obama. Not a single one of them. So I humbly ask for your support, and I hope you'll attend the caucuses, and I hope you agree with me on other issues.
Hello, Governor. My name is Jacob Caltageroni. I'm 22 years old. I just moved here from Illinois. And
Jacob, what's that t-shirt say?